Well, this week on the Spring Catalogues, we're in the Weka Pass. We're up in North Canterbury. Rick and Deb's Ore here at Red Oak Angus Stud. They've got a sale coming up, Yearling bull sale on the 3rd of October. Let's go and see if we can find Rick and Deb's. So it's been a few years since I've been here, Rick. It looks like you've sort of squared up the boundaries and things are getting bigger.
Yeah, well, we have, Tony. We've probably added a couple of blocks out the back, about another 3,000 or 4,000 acres. Since you were last here, we had a block up north that we sold, and we've also bought another wee block up at Hamner, a bit of diversification, and actually sold a little bit off over the back lately as well. So there's been a few changes, yeah, for sure.
And what are you running on the ranch now?
Still probably running about 12,000, 13,000 stock units, 550 cows, and we've got 5,000 ewes and all the young stock, a couple of thousand hoggets, and then all the young cattle, yearling bulls and heifers and whatever.
And some tidy looking half-bred rams out there with a few cows and calves.
Ash, my son's home now, and we've been trying a few things. When we had the sort of 8,000 ewes, we were putting half of them to merino rams and breeding half-bred. So we targeted a few stud Romney ewes and put some good merino rams over them, and yeah, we're breeding a few half-breds. So yeah, that's
Ash's project, is it?
Well, yeah, he's sort of done that. We've still got the Romneys there, and yeah, we're planning on having a sale in December. First one with half-breds and Romneys. So yeah, it's something new. But we had 3,500 half-bred lambs, and here we were selling the wool just not long ago for $15.10 greasy a kilo. It was $22 clean. So it's certainly makes the $2 sort of 50 for Romney wool look pretty pale. So yeah, it's sort of something that we're looking at getting into, yeah.
So a few 2-year-old heifers calving here, Rick?
These ones that have just calved recently in the last week or two, and just shedding them out, and we've calved 2-year-old heifers for 20 years, since we've been going really, and they're in with a mob of stud ram hoggets here, and yeah, but so they go through the system just like everything else. We generally find that, well, if you're selecting things right, that our 2-year-old heifers, bull calves normally show up at the top end. A lot of the 2-year-old heifers are weaning bulls over 300 kilos at weaning, and so, yeah, we're sort of pretty happy with how they perform, and probably should be getting a bit looked after a bit better this year than what they are, but once again, they've got to perform under commercial conditions.
And how do you think the beef job's looking for the future?
Definitely been very strong. I mean, sheep meat, beef has been as good as we've seen, and the way interest rates are, you would think there'd be a lot of confidence around, but sort of seems funny that things don't seem to be that optimistic around there. But we certainly think that things are looking pretty good. If we get another good season this year, prices wise, I mean, interest rates are as low as they've ever been, so there can't be too many complaints around, I wouldn't have thought.
No. The base of your herd, you're all New Zealand.
Probably a quarter of the herd would be pure New Zealand bloodlines, but the rest of them would be sort of 95%. We try to stick to bulls that are performed in New Zealand. We're not against outside genetics, just as long as they're getting results in New Zealand conditions. We're going to AI a wee bit this year with some outside bulls, that have been performing well. So, but yeah, I like to. I mean, sort of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. We're pretty happy with what we're getting. Keep the base there, and then you delve a bit here and there, and won't really do you too much harm either way. So,
yeah. So what do you like to see in the bulls, Rick?
Obviously, we've sort of run sort of high commercial numbers. We've had 700 cows for the last few years. We've cut down a wee bit now, but we try to just sort of breed the sort of bulls that we like to see, bit of coat and thickness, and evenness is the same with the sheep. We try to breed a line of stock. A lot of times you go to places and there's all different shapes and sizes, whether it's sheep or cattle, and I mean, we just try to. I think consistency is a big thing when someone wants to come and buy something, or if you can put up a consistent line of stock, surely that's what they're going to breed to the average. So
they're looking like that out there today, though, aren't they?
Well, I think so, yeah. I mean, there's always things that you can improve on. We've put a lot of emphasis lately on, temperament and soundness, and we're just sort of pretty proud of the fact that we don't replace many bulls or anything like that. They generally go out and do the job. Those bulls are usually service tested and certainly semen tested, and we try to do everything we can to minimise any sort of problems that a commercial man would have with them, yeah.
So what's the market you're chasing there, Rick? You've got a lot of the same guys coming back here, are they coming for the crayfish?
Yeah, well, I don't know, the crayfish are getting pretty hard to catch now. We're out of quota.
You're not far from the sea.
Yeah, it's getting time to get out there. But no, we're pretty lucky, really. We've got we sort of, I think our sort of bulls appeal to, you know, both dairy sort of guys, and we've always more targeted the beef side of things. So while we've got a couple of good dairy clients that have bought bulls off us for years, yeah, I think just bulls that go out and do the job, and you know, as I said, you know, structurally sound, quiet to deal with. Yeah, we've got one client, for example, buys a couple of bulls every year, get their cows and calf, they kill the bulls, normally don't lose any money, they don't have to winter any bulls, they come back next year and buy another 2 or 3 bulls, and they've done that for the last 10 years. So we just sort of try to put up the best of what we can and what we've got, and yeah, you know, as I said, I think we can cover a range of options with what we've got for sale, yeah.
So you've got the 2 sales, Rick, the yearling sale and the 2-year-old sale?
We generally sell around about 100 bulls, catalogue around the 30 odd, and sell a few paddock sales. We might sell 40, 45 yearlings, and then sort of around 40 to 50 through the sale, and usually get a few other paddock sales. We've been sort of running about 300 stud cows, so for the top end sale, we're sort of looking at the top third of what's born, and the yearlings are sort of, you know, in the top 50%. Because we're early country here, the drier stuff, Tony, ours are born a bit earlier, and so we generally have good, reasonable size in our yearling cattle, and we usually sort of advertise the fact that our bulls would average around 400 kilos at the yearling sale at the start of October, and I think last year they were 442 kilo average, and the top ones were up over 500 kilos. I'd say they're a bit behind that this year, but the majority of them are low birth weight, you know, good calving ease cattle, but we have a lot of clients, you know, from the beef side of things that, you know, want yearling bulls that are capable of serving cows, so we can sort of cater for that as well.
What's your date there?
Yeah, no, I think our date is the Thursday, the 3rd of October, here on farm in the Waikato Pass, 1 p.m. start time, so. Yep, that's what we're down for. So,
bloody good. Yep. I hope it goes well.
Yeah, well, so do I. Yep. So, yep. No, we're pretty sort of happy with what we're lining up. So, yep.
See you there.
We'll see you there.